Now, today's cover story.
Fighting back, working to stop the violence. Tonight we celebrate a teen center in Lowell, Massachusetts. It's a community that's been battling gang violence successfully, and a nonprofit organization called UTEC has been part of the fight. UTEC, United Teen Equality Center. It's our latest NECN Citizens Bank champion in action. NECN's Scott Yount reports.
Everything's free. You don't pay for anything. And actually right now we're upstairs. We're having ice cream for free. We're having a pool tournament. Just different things going on. We got hip-hop class going on today. And I do the hip-hop class myself, so it's pretty good.
Janetta Hunter is making her best sales pitch to get more kids to join a place called UTEC, a by teens, for teens facility. UTEC is United Teen Equality Center. A just 5,000 square foot space on Merrimack Street in downtown Lowell, Massachusetts. Kids come here to just hang out or learn. There are loads of programs aimed at pointing kids of all races, creeds, and ethnicities in the right direction.
So there was a big push for the young people to say we want to have our own place in Lowell that we can kind of freely socialize, that has all the different opportunities we want, to have a safe space in downtown Lowell.
Greg Croteau is the center's executive director. A tireless advocate, fluent in Vietnamese, he and his staff work the streets here to broker peace among gangs. He knows everyone.
So just by the mere fact of the 17,000 young people here, this is a huge need. We're not going to serve everybody.
What's up?
But you, what's happening? How are you? Good, good, good.
Why is this also important? Lowell is in the midst of the growing pains of many immigrant cities. Juan Carlos Rivera has been involved 8 years now.
UTEC started because there was so much fighting between, Latin and Southeast Asian gangs. And, when you're looking at that, you had a group of young people saying, I wanted a safe space, and they wanted to create what we have today, UTEC.
The message is clear. The center encourages peace, positivity, and empowerment. Empowerment, like learning a skill, for instance.
Switch D and switch P.
You could learn how to repair a computer. They, by the way, like everything else, are donated.
They want to make sure that you learn. They want us to learn instead of other schools where it just doesn't really matter. They just want to, take your money. If you pass, if you fail, it doesn't matter to them. Everyone here wants me to do better, to learn and get my degree.
Positivity, the dancing and hip-hop classes. There is a TV studio and a music production class. All designed for the 1,000 kids who come here to express themselves freely. Even me.
Hey, yo, what's up? This is Scott Yount from NECN, reporter, anchor on the news. I am here repping to the fullest at UTEC 2005. You cannot get better than UTEC.
They made me do that, by the way. They're good at that. Many of the employees are former members, teens themselves.
It's just like a home away from home.
Janetta Hunter has been part of the mix here now 5 years.
If I felt like I was about to get in trouble or I had a problem, I would come. Sometimes I'd go talk to Greg or talk to some of the other people who were there.
Lots of kids echo just that.
If you're in a gang, they don't let you wear those colors. There's no fighting here. There's no violence. It's just a positive place to be.
Everybody can just start digging up the sod in between these markers.
UTEC isn't just a safe space downtown. Donated land serves as a kind of small farm. The kids learn how to grow food. More empowerment here. But they learn something else, too, getting along.
We get to know a lot of people, different countries, places. Get to know about their culture and our culture. Explain them to how they do their traditionals.
Hi, my name is Anthony. I feel great. I learned how to use the pickaxe.
In almost all projects, the teens pause to reflect on what they've learned or how they're feeling. Masada Jones, just 15, is a spoken word artist.
Right now, I'm trying to write for all the ones that can't, trying to give inspiration to the ones that say about everything they don't give a damn. I would say motivation, but one can only motivate themselves. We got to stand for something. We got to organize and rebel. I have organizing now, so I can go sit here and say my opinion on this. All the organizers sit there. We have talks and talk about whatever's going on. We watch the news and whatnot, so I always have something to say now and something to do.
The organizing Masada was talking about is key here. The kids set the agenda and carry it out, and they are making a difference.
Young people are like, you know what, it's as simple as this. Let's do something about it.
Manav Thakur is the man behind the youth organizing program. He teaches kids that becoming civically involved really works.
That in terms of making this country work again, I think that young people need to help, need support in developing the tools in order to re-engage in democracy.
UTEC has played a real pivotal role in turning some young people's lives around.
John Cox is Lowell's city manager. When these kids talk, city leaders listen.
And UTEC will bring in these kids that have lived through lives that I never lived through, and most of us haven't. But some in the city do live through it, and these kids are success stories coming through that. And to a kid, they point to UTEC and they say, this is one of the reasons.
Oh, I think UTEC is making a huge difference for us.
Carla Brooks-Bear is superintendent of schools.
I think that they're able to capture young people's interests, whether it's in breakdancing or music production or graffiti art, and channel that in constructive directions and help youngsters find a place within a large community.
It's very difficult to gauge exactly what would happen if UTEC didn't exist.
Kenneth LaValle is deputy superintendent on the Lowell Police Force. There are still about 30 active gangs in the city. The peace part of the peace, positivity, empowerment mantra may be the most important of all.
They've worked very, very hard to maintain a type of an environment here in the city for the youth where peace is important and where problems are diminished and these youth can coexist peacefully.
Peace is the tallest order. UTEC sends its street workers out to find kids who are in trouble and pull them back, like Paul Long.
I didn't care about dying, That's when you become dangerous.
Paul joined a Cambodian gang when he was just 13. He was, as he calls it, gangbanging until just a few months ago.
There's a way out, you know what I'm saying? There's a way out. Gangbanging ain't the only thing. There's a way out.
He would not have said that just 4 months ago.
I gave it a shot, though, because me and Sacco built trust.
Sacco, whose real name is Sakif Long, had been in lots of trouble himself. Time in prison for his role in a stabbing and weapons charges. He knew too well what kind of life Paul was living.
Definitely feels good to see that success.
What triggered it was somebody that been through it.
And UTEC made that possible.
Yeah, UTEC made it possible, and the tricks and the things they did for me, man, it was unbelievable, man. But whatever they did, they done it. You know what I'm saying? I got my high school diploma. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that I'm gonna get my high school diploma. I'm going to college.
As you might imagine, Paul and Sacco are close. Sacco left the gang life behind because he couldn't bear to see his mother, who'd come here from Cambodia to give him a better life, cry anymore.
Every single time I went into jail, she cried, "Come bail me out." Sometimes she tried to teach me a lesson, leave me in there, but at the same time she cried she couldn't keep me in there any longer. And the last time I had spent 4 years in prison, she couldn't do nothing about it. So she cried every time she came to see me. And when I saw that, I made that commitment to myself.
UTEC, as it turns out, is in the middle of a growth crisis. There is so much need, and the organization cannot grow any more where it is. And while it is clearly the relationships that matter here, UTEC desperately needs a new home.
No matter where we are, we'll have them. We'll always have it, whether on the street, in the parks, or at the center. But for us to really take advantage, we know we need to have as large a space as possible.
Because turning kids like Paul Long around is priceless, because he is now poised to do the same.
What I want to do, I want to make a difference, like UTEC made a difference for me.
In Lowell, Massachusetts, with photographer John Stewart, Scott Yunt, NECN.
Congratulations to UTEC, our latest champion in action. UTEC will receive a grant of $25,000 from Citizens Bank and a campaign of public service announcements from NECN. If you'd like to find out more about our Community Champions program, go to our website, necn.com, and then click on the Champion in Action bar on the menu.